Pizza Hut on Jacksboro Highway came to our rescue today. We had some glitches with our regular food sponsors, and I called them at 3 o'clock and said, hey, help a brother out. And they came right through and said, we'll take care of this emergency for you. So Pizza Hut on Jacksboro Highway, many props to you. We want to thank Tanya Ruff, Realtor. Whether you're looking to buy or sell a home, Wichita Falls Realtor Tanya Ruff wants to earn your business. Find out how Tanya will go the extra mile to sell your home or get you into a new one by visiting TanyaRuff.com. Bahama Bucks, it's summer, and you need Bahama Bucks. It's that simple. Smoothies, shaved ice, lemonades. Bucks can put out the hottest fire. Bahama Bucks, it's cooler here. Huh?
I was just saying this is cool that she and I are doing this.
It is cool. 8th Street Coffee House. One of my new favorite places in town. The newest addition to the downtown restaurant and nightlife community. The 8th Street Coffee House is open 6 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Open until 9 every night. 8th Street is your downtown bar alternative. Check them out. The law offices of Bruce Harris, practicing criminal defense, family law, and personal injury in Wichita Falls and across North Texas. The law offices of Bruce Harris. Contact Bruce via Facebook or website, or my website, or at bruceharrislaw.com. All right, we'll get the rest of our sponsors later. Everybody say hi to, I'm not done. You like my kids. I pause for 1 second to breathe and you think it's your turn to talk. It's not your turn to talk. Everybody say hi to Hayley Hendrix.
Hello.
And her husband Simeon Hendrix. These two, along with those two out there, were on my immediate list of folks I wanted to get on this show from the very first days. It was on my mind to do it because I admire their lust for life and their creativity. Who wants to go first?
Me.
Let's start with Simeon.
All right.
Okay, Simeon, tell her what you do now.
Currently, I'm a lot of things. I do a lot of things. I love working in the computer, so I'm all about Photoshop, Illustrator. That's my main.
You're sort of self-taught and all that, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how that happens, but okay.
You know, I just watched other people that I thought were doing amazing things. How did they do it? And then taught myself, and still teaching myself. And so along that route, I just got invited in. A couple of weeks ago, we were in Cleveland.
Now, okay, this Cleveland project was based on your work doing what?
Well, it was about my work as an artist, as a designer, but also the documentaries that I had made and about. I did a documentary about the Pancake Festival here in Canada.
That's a great subject. Yeah. And I'm not being sarcastic. That sounded sarcastic.
No, I love documentaries and I would watch that.
Go ahead. It's just cool. I love writing. I love being in front of the camera. And over the last couple of years, as my training as a graphic artist, I developed a relationship with the company that was putting on this huge festival, Weapons of Mass Creation Festival in Cleveland.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, you know, just back and forth, and then I got invited, why don't you come up and document this thing?
Oh, so you didn't go as a participant, you went up to go document the event itself.
So, I mean, it was very cool. It was awesome, and I got to hang out and get kind of a all-access pass to hang out with some of the biggest graphic designers out, guys that are doing stuff for Reebok, Nike, Windows, and then, of course, tons of super cool, not corporate stuff, you know, just like amazing band T-shirts.
Now, how does that, we're talking about like our career art. How did that fit into your plan? Did you have any notion that you would end up doing this in 2012? And if so, when did that get in your head?
I've always loved music, and I remember I was probably 5 years old. I recorded my first, album on a cassette tape.
Really?
And I remember I took the cassette plastic case, and I took a photo that my mom had made, and I put my name on it, and I made my first album.
So you've had multimedia on the mind?
Yes, it's been out for a long time.
I just do words.
Yeah, well, I love words too. And my wife Hayley is a photographer. I love to encourage other people to, develop their artistic.
Now, I met Simeon 5 years ago. I did an arts expo, music and arts expo at the old Sears building.
Yeah.
And you and Roger
Whitaker.
They did a live art demo, and I don't know what you freaks were doing over there.
Being freaks.
They had tarps laid out. There was paint splattering everywhere, and it was one of the few times that I felt like, wow, I'm not Wichita Falls at the current moment.
Yeah.
And we've been transported. And I feel like you're one of the people, and you guys are two of the people that create that feeling once in a while that we're bonding with the outside world.
Thank you.
Cool. You're the electrons. Can I take this? Am I going too far? No electrons bind at it. I'll stop there. I can see my dad's going to bust on the door. Let me explain this to you, son. This guy started out here in rock and roll with the band called, was it The Downstairs or Downstairs?
Downstairs, S-T-A-R-E-S, as
yes.
People staring down at other people. I mean, it was beautiful, it was hardcore, it was intense, it was energetic. I mean, we did a lot of touring. We toured hard. I mean, pretty much from the beginning, it was, we put out our, we got formed in June. We had our first album of 13 songs by October.
And then what year was that? Yeah.
You didn't know it was for 02, 01.
Okay, so
yeah,
you have had a hell of a busy decade. Now, when did you meet this one?
Right around the same exact time.
Yeah.
She met me when we were downstairs, was first getting going, and she toured the country with us as our merchandise girl. So she's,
that's how many great you musicians. How many great romances have started that way?
Yeah.
The merchandise girl, the bad boy lead singer. Oh, that ought to be like an opera.
Yeah.
Well, so Hayley, your involvement with this guy started when he was. Now I know you know his soul, but lifestyle-wise, he had a whole different thing going. Did you see any of this coming?
The graphic design? No. Well, Simeon has always been, he gets these crazy ideas, and I just think, I don't know how this is going to work, but just have faith, and I just need to go with it.
Candace.
He's always had that.
You and my wife should start a club.
What?
Are you over there not listening?
She's listening.
She was just talking about how her husband has these crazy ideas and she doesn't quite understand it, but she just jumps in and she has faith that it's all going to work. But yeah, that is, and that's what I love about what we're doing here tonight is these are families that have made, you know, they've made that commitment. You know, not that it's ever easy to be married and easy to do anything, but I do, in my opinion, I consider this a greater roll of the dice to follow this unconventional, where you're relying on not just your hands and your hard work, but you got to make a little magic happen as well. And when did you start making magic? See what I did there?
There you go.
Good transition.
No.
Good transition.
I'm no fucking amateur.
Let's see. I guess I took for journalism in high school, and it was 13 years ago. And then we moved to Austin, and that's whenever I really found the love for the camera, digital camera. So when I first took journalism, it was with film.
Yeah.
I saw this digital camera.
Who is
it was
we,
a lot easier.
and when did we move to Austin?
We, as the band, we
Okay.
all moved to Austin. Didn't know anyone, didn't have any jobs, didn't have a house.
Oh, you're right home in Austin.
Yeah.
You could be mayor.
Yeah.
We were homeless. No. Okay, did that, and I wanted to take the memories of Austin because it's very beautiful. I wanted to take it with me forever. So just started taking pictures, went to South by Southwest, took pictures of bands there, live music, took pictures of downstairs.
When did you start approaching it commercially and getting work published?
That's really been since we've been back, the last 5 years.
Yeah. And Hayley really is, you know, I think there's a variety of skill sets within photography. There's the technical end and the composition aspect of it. And I don't know anything about the technical side, but I feel like I have a sense for I know when someone has that eye where they see the picture that no one else can see, and I think Hayley has that skill. I think she can look.
Well, that's cool.
Well, you know, she can look and know, okay, I know where the interesting photo is in this room, and she can go get it. And so I've always thought that was something you brought to the table. You might be a freaking technical wizard as well, but that kind of goes by me. That stuff, I don't know about that.
No, she has developed that, and it started out with her eye, and she had a good eye, and like she was doing all the promo stuff for downstairs, and you know, when we were in a magazine, she was the one that was doing our stuff and tour posters, and then she learned all, like you're saying, the technical, how to dial it in, how to get the ISO and the aperture and
All the
this.
boring stuff.
Yeah, I thought those were all just texting shorthand letters. I didn't know they meant something.
Yeah.
They do.
So I know this happens which one of you, and this is kind of I'm digging deep here.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Which one of you requires the more bolstering from the other?
Like,
who has the down moments that the other one has to say, hey, it's going to be okay?
Probably me. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Simeon has red hair.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well,
I love redheads, but
bigotry is not allowed in Lee B's garage.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what all that's about. So
probably who needs the more probably encouragement? Maybe me. Who gets more? Maybe like, oh my gosh, can I do this? And I need that.
okay, I think it'll be an interesting question. Which one of you sees the future more clearly?
I don't see.
I think it's you too.
I probably me.
I think those are two sides of the same coin. I think the person who has the big plan and sees things in black and more black and white and more doable is the one who's most vulnerable to those moments where you go, I'm kidding myself.
Yeah.
This was a bad idea.
Did you just say the one that's more doable?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Chris, I thought you were passing out over there.
I see dead people.
But so yeah, because I have moments, and I've actually learned almost like someone who has like a substance abuse problem. Like I can feel the triggers coming on.
Yes.
Like if I'm short of sleep, if I've had a negative encounter, I know, and then I'm followed up by that feeling of self-doubt. I now know, hey, hang on,
yeah.
I know this pattern.
Yes.
And at the very least, I train myself, don't do anything.
Yeah.
Don't call someone up and tell them to go get stuffed, or don't apply for that job down at the bank.
Yeah, just take a breath.
Just take a breath. Wait till tomorrow. So how hard is it to be patient?
Oh, it's hard.
Patience is
Like
hard.
patience with him?
Well, I'm glad you brought up that possible distinction. I was thinking more of it in an abstract, but yeah, I think that's a challenge too. Answer whichever version you want, Hayley.
Patience in the abstract. What do you mean?
Well, like patience with the plan.
The plan, yeah, it's just constantly, I just really try not to see the future and try not to have it all mapped out and just go with the flow. I know it's all going to work out, because I think if I overthink, I'm just going to freak out. So I just try to go with Simeon's plan as much as I can, help support him.
Can you come talk to my girlfriend?
Now you guys have a child.
Yes.
Just
a year and a half.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that changes a lot of the calculus as well. And I think and like sometimes people say they see the arrival of a child as like, oh well, we have to now curb our plans.
No. Game over.
No.
But I don't.
But that's not it.
But I don't see. But I think people think. I think it says, all right. Well, was I not for real before? I mean, if I was for real before, then I'm for real now. I mean, it maybe heightens your awareness of the consequences of not making it, but I don't see it as a reason to say, oh well, now we need to change the plan.
Yeah.
But it's certainly, if you realize that the margin for error is probably less than it was.
Well, and I want him to see our struggle, and I want him to be inspired by that, and when he grows, he's going to say, man, my dad put it on the fucking line. He did what he had to do.
Yeah.
I want him to see the growth that we are going to experience over the next 10 years, and I don't want him to have excuses, so, I can't do it because it was hard, and it is hard. You got to do it.
It's hard damn work any way you slice it. Are there any projects you guys are working on now you want to make sure you talk about?
We're just going hard with WFTX, which is basically like a clothing line, but it's more than that, and it's just embracing cool apparel, love Wichita Falls. So we've already put out our first shirt.
I saw it.
Yeah, and all the money raised from the first shirt went to help get us to Cleveland, and then all the other money we gave to the Boys and Girls Club. So yes, rock on, yes. And
so how does a person learn more about the WFTX line?
Well, just go to my website, SimeonHendrix.com. So we got a booth at Deerfest. Hayley and I are going to be set up there.
Oh, cool.
And at Deerfest, we're going to premiere the documentary of going to Cleveland. So that's going to premiere on Saturday,
on the
August 4th.
August 4th. How do we find out about her photography?
But look her up on Facebook, Hayley Hendrix, and you can see her photos on Facebook.